The hottest 2025 Japanese suspense drama is killing it. This mysterious man is a good teacher in his students' eyes and an honest man to his colleagues, a repentant soul in his wife's heart. He always wears a gentle smile, caring for everyone around him. Until he casually snips a lock of hair, and corpses pile up like mountains. Only then do the dead awaken to realize the source of disaster is the smiling man who cared for them most. High schooler Yuto's life is painfully hard. His parents are divorced, mom works at a nightclub, and couldn't care less about him. Dad remarried and won't pay his tutoring fees, so he supports himself with part-time jobs, yet still can't afford cram school. Luckily, a teacher notices his situation, knowing classroom lessons alone won't get him into college. The teacher tutors him privately and gives college prep advice, gently reassuring him, "Come to me with any problem." One night after tutoring, he catches mum siphoning utilities. He moves to expose her, but the teacher suddenly stops him, drives him home, even takes a detour so he can cool off. Yuto finally opens up. He wants a good university, to become an architect, but his parents won't support him, won't even discuss college. College costs money, and they barely manage themselves, let alone him. The teacher suggests applying as a special quota scholar, students who face harder entrance tests but win big tuition waivers and living stipends once they pass. The teacher himself used this path. "If you try, I'll help all I can." Yuto thanks him and agrees to give it a shot. The next morning, shockingly, he's found dead on the pavement, brains splattered everywhere. He'd lived on the 6th floor, apparently jumped outside his door. State of the remains says he died last night. Mum was out all night staying over at a man's place. No hallway cameras, suicide or murder unknown. Police question everyone. Good grades, but poor. Worried about college costs, and saw her crush laughing with another girl. They rule it a spur moment. But the female detective feels off. If she planned suicide, why schedule shopping? No prints on the railing either. She heads back to the files and finds more questions. Since the death, Dad weeps daily. Mum shuffles like the living dead. Where were they while he lived? Soon after, the caring teacher quits, becomes a driver at a transport firm. Azang, the mechanic there, keeps angling to drive again. Head office says it's tough. He'd killed someone driving drunk. He accepts that, works on sobriety, sends monthly compensation, he's done all he can. The crash also shattered his family. Wife divorced, won't meet him. Even mother-in-law can't help. Wine tempts him. He orders water on the way home. He thinks he sees the old man he killed. Then it's gone. Next day he meets wife, still refuses to see him. Frustrated, he orders beer, then switches to coffee mid-sip. A stranger approaches, claims he's a new company driver, chats, probes his past. Azang reveals little, they part friendly. Next day, he watches wife from afar, meets the stranger again on the way back. They grow close, often dine and chat together. The stranger longs to be someone else. Empty inside. Azang jokes, "If you're empty, what am I?" The man stares silently, then smiles again. They talk about Azang's wife. The stranger begs a photo, she's stunning. Soon, Azang is back on the driver roster, celebrates with co-workers, takes group pictures. The stranger insists on being the photographer. Next day, a woman's body is found by the river. It's Azang's wife, dead at 5 a.m. According to Kanki's mother, Kanki had separated from Azang before she died, and he'd been pestering her lately, even following her to her workplace. Plus, Azang once killed a man while drunk driving. Police suspect he's the killer. They plan to question him, but find him blind drunk and hit by a speeding truck in the street. A young barber. One day, while dumping trash, a 40-something cleaning lady scolds him because he failed to sort his garbage. She's a mall janitor, over 40 and unmarried, painfully shy, with almost no friends. Her life is work and blind dates for her at first sight. Even gets jealous when co-workers chat with her, not knowing they mean well. A co-worker, seeing his crush, invites the lady to dinner in his name. A new old handyman joins the salon, skilled and diligent. The barber and co-worker like him, plan to take him out that night. Meanwhile, the cleaning lady and co-worker are mopping. Co-worker mentions seeing someone salvaging goods. That's stealing, she says. Reporting it might impress the boss. The lady panics. Is that a warning? Keeps discarded items. Near closing, the co-worker spills a cart. He rushes over to help. The co-worker sits dazed. He shouts twice. They finally clean the mess. She's ungrateful, complains, he yelled. He's speechless. His date ruined, he heads home. Next morning, the boss fires him. He knows the co-worker changes clothes, ready to leave. The barber shows up. He explains, missing the dinner. The lady didn't mind, and asks him out tonight. He gladly agrees. They click. Plan a botanical garden date. He heads there excitedly. Meets the old handyman on the way. Handyman invites him for drinks still early. So yes. He gets smashed. Completely forgetting the date. She waits at the garden till dark. Can't reach him, leaves in tears. And dies beneath a mall elevator. The barber is devastated. And becomes a suspect. She last contacted him. He explains the drinking. But police doubt it who date. Just then, an officer reports. A female detective is here. She heard the victim's hair was cut. And wants confirmation. She's handled similar cases. All suicides, or accidents, with one common thread. Each victim's hair was snipped. She suspects a serial killer. And needs to be sure. Indeed, the cleaning lady's hair was cut. But there the pattern ends. Male detectives think she's overreacting. Maybe the haircuts are coincidence. She vows to dig deeper because every suicide or accident looked just like this one. And in each case, the circumstances mirror either sudden suicide or a freak mishap. The coworker not only fails to thank him, but even complains he yelled earlier. He is lost for words. Helped clean up out of kindness, yet ends up treated like this. His date ruined, he sobers up next morning. The boss fires him on arrival. He guesses the coworker snitched and stays silent, ready to leave. The young barber suddenly appears, hurriedly explains why he missed last night. The barber doesn't mind. Invites him to dinner tonight. He agrees without hesitation. They click more and more as they talk. Plan to visit the botanical garden next noon. The barber happily heads to the date. Meets the old handyman en route. Handyman invites him for a drink. It's early, so he gladly agrees. They drink till he's plastered, completely forgetting the date. She waits at the garden till dark in vain. Can't reach him either. Leaves in tears. Later found dead beneath a mall elevator. The barber breaks down on the news. Police also list him as a suspect. He was the last one she contacted alive. Explains they had a date, but he got drunk. Police don't believe the story. Who day drinks, for no reason. Just then, an officer reports. A female detective wants details. She heard a lock of hair was cut. And comes to confirm the fact. She's worked similar cases before. Circumstances almost identical. Each suicide, or accident, shared one detail in common. A lock of hair missing from the dead. She suspects a serial killer. And is here to verify the pattern. But when she sees the body, indeed, a chunk of hair is missing. In the corridor, the limping handyman suddenly walks normally. Mr. I runs a small inn. For some unknown reason, his younger brother loathes him, stole his wife, and flaunted affection before him. For the inn's reputation, AI swallows his anger. When it's too much, he numbs himself with drugs. Bought from Uncle Songju. One day, he learns from staff. His useless brother is teaming with a rival to seize the inn. Brother doesn't know. The inn is drowning in debt. If he takes it over, he inherits the liabilities. That's the fate awaiting him. AI rushes to confront his brother, begging him to drop the deal. Brother isn't stupid. Learns he'd shoulder the debt, and immediately backs out. Warns AI about the rival. Besides stealing AI's wife, the brother has a girlfriend. Learns she's with the rival. Grabs her throat, warning her. She bolts in terror. Not long after, strange noises AI rushes out to check. Finds Uncle digging for treasure and invites him to join. That night, AI buys pills again. Tells Uncle this is the last time. His wife wants to reconcile. Uncle hands him a cigarette. Thinking it's laced, AI refuses. Learns it's normal, then accepts. Next morning, the boss is found drowned in a pond. The body, find a half-smoked cigarette. Lab tests show it's drug. Initial guess, the boss smoked, got disoriented, fell in. From employees, police learn he and his brother were at odds. Fought over the inn, and even over women. Quarrels were frequent. And they are half-brothers. Staff reveal more. The brothers' relationship was toxic. Years ago, the owner's father was diagnosed infertile. His mother accepted donor sperm, and thus, the owner was born. 10 years later, the father's condition suddenly healed. A younger brother followed. The brother envied him ever since, believing the owner wasn't true blood, yet inherited the whole in. So the brother had clear motive to kill. Police questioned him at once. He admitted jealousy, but denied murder. With no proof, they had to let him go. The female detective arrived for details, linking the death to the serial case. Examining the corpse, She found a lock of hair missing too. But aside from that, nothing else matched. Her male partner thought they were overreacting. Maybe the haircuts were coincidence. She disagreed and swore to dig deeper. She swore to keep digging. An old man walking his dog found a body crushed beneath a car. Police jacked it up. The head was flattened. A grisly scene. Investigation ruled. The jack slipped and some
Accident.
bloody hair stuck. Nothing else unusual. Family provided no leads. Strangely, they showed no grief. The detective ran a test proving it wasn't accidental. She tailed the kin and caught them dating another man. Meanwhile, Detective now reviewed victims' photos. A familiar face popped up. The station's new janitor. He'd been snooping under cover of laundry duty. Hired only 3 months ago. Never worked police before. He'd applied many places. Only the station took him. Soon after, the male detective was found hanged in his suicide. But his partner had seen no signs of murder. His notes were all on the serial case. He'd written a crucial clue. After every death, someone nearby quietly quit and vanished. He must have neared the truth, and was silenced. The killer was already moving, stealing the detective's photos, then posing as a swim coach to befriend a quarrelsome wife named Liang Zhao. She'd been invited to speak at a class reunion. Since marriage she'd grown plump. So she joined swimming to regain charm, swooning over a young instructor, bantering with friends, refusing the old coach's class. After the detective's partner died, only the janitor had quit. She rushed to his address. Empty lot. The house raised 3 years ago. A patrol unit called a man with cropped hair found by the pool. It was the swim coach. Popular, upbeat, loved by all. Dead 3 weeks. Strangled bare. The detective blamed herself. A cop, helpless to stop the burning fuse. Colleagues consoled her, maybe all coincidence. She replayed every case. Suddenly unwell. Drove home, stopping for gas. Served by the killer himself, yet she didn't see it. And drove off. A year later, he'd changed jobs again. Delivering hay to farms. Ready for a new hunt? This drama shatters genre clichés. Big twists. Planting horror in the everyday. Its ending reveals no motive, fitting the theme of disaster. Uncertainty itself. No one can predict what waits at the next corner. The series reminds adults. Hell is other people. You might dodge life's blows, or natural disasters, but never the malice of mankind. Disaster circles adults, warning us again. Hell is other people. You may escape life's hammer, outrun a storm, but never those with evil hearts. You may dodge the pounding of life, or nature's fury, yet you can't outrun people who harbor malice. A fellow officer offers her maybe comfort. Nothing has really changed. You can't outrun people who harbor malice. People who harbor malice. Yet you can't outrun people who harbor malice. Every mind feels unwell. Yet you can't outrun people who harbor malice. Stopping at a gas station on the way. People who harbor malice. Outrun people the very killer she's been hunting. Yet you can't outrun people who harbor malice. Simply drives away who harbor malice. You can't outrun people who harbor malice. Jobs again, now hauling hay to farms. You can't outrun people who harbor malice. Hunting who harbor malice. You can't outrun this series breaks down malice. Suspense drama issuing giant plot twists. You can't outrun people who harbor malice. Everyday life. Its ending never reveals the disaster's motive or nature. Yet you can't outrun the theme of catastrophe. For disaster, you can't outrun in uncertainty. Who harbor malice. Yet you can't outrun people who harbor malice. Outrun just as we leave the abyss and turn the next corner. You can't outrun people who harbor malice. The story trains its lens unwittingly reminding us that hell is other people who harbor malice. Yet you can't outrun people who harbor malice. Or nature's disasters who harbor malice. You can never escape those who harbor malice. Yet you can't outrun people who harbor malice.